Welcome to Wrestling Review Society.
What's going on, guys? I'm Kevin from Wrestling Review Society here with another belt review for you guys today. Belt review number 2 in the brand new Wrestling Review Society studio. Guys, I appreciate all the positive feedback on the new studio and the new setting. It really means a lot that you guys are enjoying it. And I had a new belt come in today, and I figured, why make them wait? Let's just go and get into the next belt review. But guys, before we do, I have to take a second to thank our amazing sponsors who make these belt reviews and interviews happen each and every time I turn this camera on. First of which being thecoldestwater.com. Guys, they have some of the best water bottles I have ever tried in my entire life. If you want to get your hands on any of their water bottles, t-shirts, coffee, ice packs, and their new release of pet bowls, so your dog water, your cat water, whatever pet you may have, make sure you go to thecoldestwater.com and use promo code WRESTLING to save 10% at checkout. Next, guys, we have thefirstwarrior.com. TheFirstWarrior.com is a patriotic clothing company, and they make hats and shirts, and they're working each and every day to get new clothing line available, so sweatpants and stuff like that. If you want to get your hands on anything like that, make sure you go to TheFirstWarrior.com. First is spelled with a 1, not an I, and use promo code WRS to save 10% at checkout. And also, guys, Smart Cups. Smart Cups is a great energy supplement. No added chemicals, no preservatives, no sugar, low calorie, and it helps sustain your energy all day with no crash at the end, so you don't hit that mid 5 p.m. wall, which is absolutely amazing for me. I'll post all these links along with our merch store in the description of this video. But with that being said and all the formalities out of the way, let's get to this belt review, because this is the first belt of its kind in my collection. This is my first TNA belt, but it's a belt that I've wanted for a very, very long time. So I'm not going to make you guys wait any longer. Let's go ahead and get this belt on camera. That's right, guys. Today we are going to be reviewing the TNA X Division Championship. Now, a quick history lesson about this belt. This is not the first version. This is actually the second version of the TNA's X Division belt, but it's the first version of the belt after they stepped out from underneath the NWA umbrella. The original one was the TNA NWA X Division title, and then when they just became TNA, this was their first X Division Championship. So it's really cool that even though it's not the first version, it's still kind of the first version. And the matches that the X Division is known for were absolutely amazing and really changed the progression of pro wrestling with the fast-paced, high-flying style with the Ultimate X matches, Elevation X, and all that other stuff that they were doing. So before you saw guys like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe tearing it up in the WWE, before you had Christopher Daniels teaming with SCU and AEW, before Jay Lethal was absolutely owning Ring of Honor, they were all a part of TNA's X Division, absolutely killing each other for this very championship. And I wasn't a big fan of the first one, and I'm definitely not a big fan of the one that came after this. But this one and the current one are definitely my two favorites. Now, when I say the current one, I mean the blue one, not the red one. But those are definitely my two favorite versions. And when I saw this belt, I absolutely had to have it. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. This belt is not a massive belt. It's more traditional, like the big gold, in the sense that it only has 3 plates. You have 2 mirrored side plates and the main plate. It's got the full gold tip. It's dual plated. So let me go and move up and we can get a closer look at it. Starting at this end where we have the big gold tip, it is a full gold tip. Adds a lot of weight to the end of it and acts as that counterbalance for when you throw it over your shoulder. We'll take a closer look at that in just a little bit. But we have this really deep tooled snap box. Now, a huge, huge shout out to my friend Steven Hammer, who teaches me something new about the belt game every single day. Now, in the last video, the IWGP Heavyweight, I said that it was a hand-tooled snap box, and Steven messaged me and informed me that it actually wasn't. So anytime you have this, what's called the empty box of doom, just this outline box right here with nothing really in it, anytime you see this, it's gonna be machine pressed. But even though it's machine pressed, you still have that really, really deep tooling. So hand tooled is always gonna be my favorite, but when you have this deep tooling in the snap box, I'm not gonna complain about that at all. And a lot of people really, really hate this empty box of doom right here. It doesn't really bother me, like not even a little bit. I feel like this is a perfect place if you're gonna get your belt signed, a perfect place to add a signature. I'm not really big on autographs, but you know, if I ever ran into AJ Styles and I had this belt in my hand, I'm sure I'd want him to sign it, and that's exactly where I would want it to go. So now we're going to get into the side plates. Every plate on this belt is going to be dual plated. So on your first side plate, you have this real nice nugget texture. You have the TNA logo and then the ring in the background. So the ring is going right across, or the TNA logo is going directly across the ring. And then you have the dual plated gold nugget texture with this really nice gold outline on the belt. So now we're going to get into this, the main plate. Now you guys know how I feel about contrast. The dual platedness of it really breaks it up, but then you add two very simple colors that really complement each other, red and black. Now living in Georgia, everybody wears red and black for the Georgia Bulldogs, which is not my favorite team, by the way, so let's just throw that out there. But red and black really accent each other very, very nicely. So you have two colors being the dual plated, the gold and the silver, that accent each other. And then you have the red and the black that do the same thing, and it really helps break up exactly what you're looking at. I know the ring lights kind of make it a little hard, so I try to hold it like this. But this belt is absolutely gorgeous. There is one issue that I found with this belt, but I'll get into that in just a second. Now you have your mirrored side plate. And then you have your male snaps. Once again, really nice deep tooling. And for your snaps, you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8x2 males. And you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5x2 females. Sorry, I suck at basic math. But anyway, guys, that is the front of the belt in all of its glory. So let's take one more look before I flip it over and show you guys the back. Starting with the big gold tip, the nice tooled snap box, the empty box of doom. Then you have your mirrored side plates and your main plate. And then your male snaps, and once again, that really deep tooled snap box. So let's go and take a look at the back of this. And once again, guys, as you know, you're going to get with a boot, everything is nicely secured with backing. You don't see any screws. There's no property patch, no big ugly sewn-on sticker or anything like that. So nothing extravagant going on back here. But the fact that all the screws are secured, you don't see that the screws poking out or anything like that, really adds to the belt, and that's why I love boot belts. So, like I said, there was one thing that I saw that I did not like with this belt, but overall, I'm very happy. But we have a few scratches right up here at the top of the belt. They're going to be right here on the plating. Once again, I know it's hard to see because of the ring light, but aside from that, everything about this belt is great for me. Like I said, I loved watching the X Division matches. I absolutely loved when they debuted this belt. This is my absolute, hands down, favorite version of the X Division Championship. And now we're going to do the hammer test. The hammer test consists of a few things. One, the floppiness of the leather. Check. Absolute check. And like I said, that belt tip adds as a good counterweight for this reason. Another part of the hammer test is the over-the-shoulder test. How does it fit over the shoulder? How does it feel? Is it comfortable? Now, this plate is not overly heavy. It's actually one of the lighter belts that I own. It is 4mm zinc on real leather. But because you have that big gold tip, whenever you throw it over your shoulder, it puts weight in the back to where the plates add weight to the front. So it's a counterbalance. It equals out very nicely. And you could literally sit this belt here on your shoulder and it just sit there all day. Super, super comfortable. And the last thing with the hammer test is your snaps. I call these things the hammer test because Steven Hammers really, really taught me a lot about the belt game and the belt world. But the snaps hold on very, very nicely. Even though it has that really big, heavy tip, the snaps are super secured. And I mean, she's just a beautiful belt. I know this isn't everybody's thing. I know TNA doesn't have, or Impact now, but a lot of people have kind of zoned out on it, but they've kind of started going back to it now that they have this working relationship with AEW. But I've always been a TNA fan. I've always really enjoyed what TNA was doing. Now, I did slack off, like most people did. But overall, they've always had solid wrestling. And with guys coming back like Chris Bay, TJP, Suicide, whoever happens to be under the mask now, Crazy Steve, and so many more. The X Division is really a nice place that is filled with rich, talented wrestling. So I'm glad that I have this belt in my collection to really pay respect to the X Division and the things that they're doing. So we're going to take one more close-up look at it, guys, and then that is going to be it for me. Not a super long belt review video, but definitely a belt that deserves being looked at. And once again, super glad to have this in my collection. Guys, that is going to be it. Like I said, my name is Kevin from Wrestling Review Society. This is our new recording studio. So wherever you saw this video posted, thank you for joining and watching another belt review. Whether you're here for positive reason or negative reason, every view counts. So thank you for that. If you're not already subscribed to the page, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let us know you're liking the video. And hit that subscribe button. The thumbs up really goes a long way in helping our content be pushed out and helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting in front of other wrestling fans. Also, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get notified. Hit that bell to stay notified every time we upload a new video. And subscribe so you can watch all of our content. Also, guys, we are now on Twitch at twitch.tv/HeelKevin. This is where we do a lot of our watch-alongs, some of our Twitch-exclusive interviews, and Twitch-exclusive content, along with Twitch-exclusive giveaways. So whatever the reason, wherever you want to find us at, we're on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Wrestling Review Society across the board, and on Twitch, we are twitch.tv/HeelKevin. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we'll see you at the next one.